Hello world, welcome to Python training, and in this video I'm going to explain you how to print a new line and how to print the values in the same line if we are using multiple print statements. So let's see how do we print a new line. Now this is one of the most confusing things in print statement in Python. So if I'm writing print2 and then I'm writing print \n which represent a new line, and then I'm writing print3, what will be the output? Is it 2 and then an empty line and then 3? Let's see if this is the case. It is printing 2 and then after 2 it is printing 2 new line, not 1 new line. Why it happened? So we have given only one \n, so why it is printing 2 new lines here? So the reason is that whenever we are using print statement, it basically prints value and adds a new line after it. Okay, let me show you. So in this particular case it prints 2 and after 2 it introduces new line. Let me represent this dash with a new line, and then from the new line the next print statement is taken. What is next print statement here? So next print statement is again a new line. From here new line will print, which will be somewhat like this, and once it prints the new line, by default print statement adds one more new line. It will basically introduce one more new line, and at line number 3 it will print 3 at this particular location. So that is why it introduces 2 new line, because this particular thing adds a new line and then by default one more new line is introduced. So that's how when we use print \n it introduces 2 new line between the consecutive values. Now the question comes, so what if we want to just introduce single new line or single empty line between two values? How we can achieve that? So instead of using \n, you just use print statement without any argument. So here you can see after 2 it is just introducing one line and then the next value. So we have seen that print statement can have 0 arguments, 1 argument and more than 1 argument. 0 argument, basically it introduces one empty new line. So the next thing we will see is how to print values in continuation without printing the value in new line. So if I'm running this, it is printing 2 and then 3 in the new line. What if I want to print 2 and 3 in the same line? For that we will use end keyword with either a space or without a space. If I'm not using any space here, it will print 2 and 3 in continuation, so it will look like 23. If I run it, see the output looks like 23. But if I want to print properly with a space, so I can give a space here, and when I'll run it, it will print 2 and 3. So it is printing 2 and 3 in the same line instead of printing 2 and 3 in a separate line. That's how we'll print the values in the same line. So this was about printing empty line as well as printing the values in the same line.